It was a quiet evening. A woman sat outside her small house, resting her back against the wooden door. She closed her eyes. For years, she had learned to ignore the whispers. People called her poor Chidima. They said she was a kind woman, but without a child. Some even murmured that perhaps God had forgotten her. Her younger sister had married after her. Now people were already asking when the first child would come. Her friend, Ada, the same Ada who once borrowed money from her to start a small business, was now rising in influence, respected and admired. Even her neighbor, who used to struggle, now drove a big car past her house. Chidima swallowed the bitterness quietly. She smiled in public, she clapped for others, but at night she cried into her pillow. The wind shifted suddenly. She opened her eyes. An old man was walking slowly along the dusty road towards her house. His clothes were torn, his face was weary, his steps were heavy as though he carried something unseen. The air felt colder. Even the birds grew quiet. He stopped before her. "Please, my daughter," he whispered. "I have not eaten since yesterday. Could you give me food?" For a moment, she only looked at him. Then her heart grew tender. Without a second thought, she went inside and brought out the little food she had left. It was meant for her dinner. She placed it before him. The old man ate slowly, gratefully, until every grain was gone. When he finished, he wiped his mouth carefully. Then he looked up. His eyes were no longer tired. They were deep, ancient, unfamiliar. "I am not who you think I am," he said quietly. Chidima suddenly held her breath. "I am the angel of death. Tonight I came to take your life." Chidima's hands trembled. Her heart pounded loudly in her chest. She fell to her knees. The old man spoke, but his voice was gentle. "Because of your kindness, because you fed me when you had little, I will give you one chance." From beneath his worn garment, he brought out a heavy black book. The cover looked older than time itself. Inside are the names and destinies of everyone in the world. Go to page 39. You will find your name. You may change what is written there. He handed the book to her. The book was heavier than it looked. Her fingers shook as she opened it. The pages smelled of age and mystery. But before reaching page 39, her eyes caught something. On the fifth page, she saw a familiar name and picture. Ada, her friend. The words glowed softly. "She will become governor of the state in 10 years." A dull ache spread through her chest. Governor? Ada? The same Ada who once sat in her house crying for help? Slowly, without thinking, she took the pen that rested inside the book. "She shall not be governor," she wrote and crossed out the original destiny. The ink sank into the page. The air grew slightly colder. She turned the pages again. On the 22nd page, she saw her neighbor's name. He will become very wealthy. His business will thrive. Bitterness rose within her. She remembered the day he laughed when someone mocked her childlessness. Her fingers moved again. "He shall not prosper," she wrote as she crossed out the original destiny. Further down, she saw her younger sister's name. The words shone brightly. After 5 years of waiting, she will give birth to triplets next year. A quiet pain rose inside her. She had waited longer than 5 years. She had prayed. She had fasted. Why should her younger sister carry joy when she carried sorrow? With cold hands, she erased the glowing words. "She shall not have a child before me," she wrote. The wind outside began to whisper against the walls. Finally, her fingers reached page 39, her page, her name, Chidinma. She held her breath. The words beneath it read, "A good woman, kind in her deeds, yet bitter in her heart." Slowly, new words began to form on the page as if written by an invisible hand. Her greatest enemy is not delay. It is not poverty. It is not bitterness. It is envy. Her throat went dry. She flipped back quickly to Ada's page. The words she had crossed out stared back at her. In sudden panic, she grabbed the pen and tried to restore the original destiny. Her hand moved quickly across the page, but nothing appeared. The pen would not write. She pressed harder. Still nothing. The ink was dry. Her breathing became uneven. She turned to her neighbor's page and tried again, attempting to rewrite the glowing future she had erased. The pen scratched against the paper, but no ink flowed. Her sister's page. Her hands trembled as she tried once more. The pen refused her. Slowly, before her eyes, the original words began to glow again on their own. Ada would become governor. Her neighbor would prosper. Her sister would give birth. Her heart pounded wildly. She looked up. The old man was no longer hunched. He stood tall now, his presence filling the small space like a storm. "I never came to take your life, Chidima," he said. His voice was no longer weak. It echoed gently like distant thunder. "I came to reveal your heart." Tears streamed down her face. She looked down at the book again. All the changes she had made had vanished. Only her page remained with the words, "A good woman, kind in her deeds, yet bitter in her heart." The angel closed the book angrily. "Your life remains," he said, "but until you conquer what lives inside you, nothing you desire will stay." And just like that, he vanished. The night returned to its quiet stillness. The next morning, the village buzzed with news. Ada had been appointed into a powerful political position. Her neighbor's business had secured a major contract. Weeks later, her younger sister conceived. Chidima sat again outside her small house, watching the same dusty road. But now she understood something she had never understood before. Her problem had never been destiny, it had been her heart. And somewhere beyond what eyes could see, heaven had been watching all along.